Brandi from AstroTarotResearch, broadcasting from abroad, away from my normal schedule here. So that is why the timing is so different. Right now, I am in New Zealand having a ball. And I wanted to go live because I realized, oh my goodness, it's almost Friday, or it is Friday, depending on where you are in the world. And I do need to actually do the weekly collective now. I thought it was going to be later in the week because I thought that for some reason it was like Tuesday or like Monday. I don't know. The time has flown by. It has been one day after the other, one event after the other. So, welcome to the live. If you are new here, as I said, my name is Brandi. Welcome to Astro Tarot Research. I combine tarot and astrology, or I keep them separate depending on the video, to give you everyday real world predictions that you can use to empower yourself. That is the goal here on this channel, that you are able to make the best decisions for yourself given the insight of tarot or astrology. I have 15 years of experience when it comes to reading tarot cards, and a little bit more than that when it comes to astrology. So right now, since I'm traveling, I can only do the tarot questions. I have with me my Rider-Waite Panorama Tarot deck. It is perfect, it's travel size, and it's what we are going to be using today. And thank you for the like as you are coming in. I really, really appreciate that. So during this live here, we're going to cover the weekly collective, and we're also going to cover your questions. So if you have any, feel free to leave them in the chat. I'm a little bit jet lagged here. I got to get used to the new time zone. Going from Singapore to New Zealand, it's like, it's not a crazy difference, but it's a difference, and I got to get used to it a little bit. So that is where I am at. Hopefully you guys are feeling peaceful. Your life is going well. And if not, it is going to turn around soon. I truly believe so. If you are new to the live, how this works is you ask a question, you send payment, and then I will answer your question. And we will go into the details of what the cards are saying, what spirit is trying to get across to you. And I will do my best to interpret the messages that spirit wants to bring in for you. Now, I think I'm pretty good, but hopefully you guys think I'm pretty good too. I do want to give a disclaimer. If you are in a sensitive place in your life, or if you're searching for validation or pick me up, if you're looking for someone to say, hey, everything's going to be okay, I may not be the reader for you. I am inclined to read what the cards say, what spirit says, and what the messages want to I guess whatever spirit wants to get out to you, that is what I will be telling you. So I just want to give that disclaimer there because, I can be a little bit blunt or straightforward, though I do try to be as gentle as possible in my delivery, even if you guys don't believe me. But that is just how I do things here on my channel. So if that's not for you, I completely understand. But you're always welcome to hang out and come in the chat and ask questions. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully the internet is not choppy or anything like that. And welcome everyone as you're coming in. Don't forget to hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. Not only does it make me happy, but it also boosts the channel. So if you want to, help a YouTuber out in these struggling streets, then that is all you need to do. Just hit that like button. You don't have to ask a question, but I would really appreciate if you could do that. But that's where we are today. And hey, Lily, how are you? I hope everything is going well with you. Oh, we have cards flying out already, like the sun card. I guess that's good vibes here. Oh, hey, little dreams, how are you? Hey, I'm going to say Mutu, how are you? And I'm not even sure what that means. Hi, good eve. Hello, how are you? Hope everything is well with you. And remember, guys, if you would like your questions answered, information can be found in the description bar below. But till we get some questions, I am going to go ahead and jump into the weekly collective. Now, I can't remember the weekly collective from last week because my brain has been scrambled So you might have to go back into the last week's weekly collective on my channel to see what we had unfold for us, or what the cards were predicting on how things will move forward for us. And we're just going to jump into this week's weekly collective to get a forecast of the collective energies on what exactly is coming up. What's the vibe? What's the energy? What's happening? And remember, guys, if you would like your questions answers, information can be found in the description bar below. Let's jump into it. I'm just shuffling here and getting started. And as you're coming in, do me a favor and hit that like button. I would really greatly appreciate it. So what is going to be happening next week collectively for us? Just want to get a good feel till Spirit says, and hey, Timu, how are you? Or is it, no, it's Timsu. Getting too many advertisements for Timu. All right. We have the Lovers. I like seeing the Lovers because the Lovers represents having pretty smooth interactions with people. It's about coming together and connecting with either people you love or even just strangers to some level. I've seen the Lovers appear when it comes to learning more about the lives of strangers, learning more about their belief systems, learning more about their thoughts, and also thinking about your own life and how things are in comparison to the people around you. The Lovers comes up to me as this card of smooth interactions, positive interactions, but also this level of self-reflection. It can also happen to come up when you have a lot of short trips or a lot of traveling, a lot of walking, anything having to do with upskilling, studying. Next week can involve all of these energies. And remember, guys, like I said, if you want your questions answered, information can be found in the description bar below. And as you're coming in, don't forget to hit the like button. Right now, we're doing the weekly collective to get an understanding of what energies might be unfolding for us for the week ahead. Okay, and this card wants to come out. We have the Hierophant. So, the Hierophant following the Lovers card, similar to what I was saying before, this is about getting to know the community around you or spending a lot of time with the community around you, whether that be your local community, like, oh, I'm talking to my grocer, or I'm talking to my barista, or I'm talking to the people at work, or I'm talking to my family, or friends as well, when we talk about the Hierophant here. But all of this has to do with just having a lot of shared experience and communal moments with the people surrounding you. It's also interesting because when we talk about the Lovers card and the Hierophant, to some degree, both of these cards connect to education, as the Lovers card connects to Gemini, and the Hierophant, it connects to the sign of Taurus, which is all about teaching and learning. And so to some degree, you might even feel like you are a student or you yourself might be teaching others something, whatever the case may be. You might have a skill set, you might have life experience that you find yourself explaining to someone. Maybe somebody is like, hey, what's it like to live in the Philippines? Or hey, what's it like to be a student at X, Y, and Z school? Or what's it like to work for X, Y, and Z company? And you find yourself in this position of authority, explaining that to people, or vice versa. But whatever the case may be, it shows that next week there is this feeling of community, coming togetherness, teaching, learning, growing from each other. This card, the Hierophant, also comes up when it is about a lot of work, We don't talk about it enough. It does connect to the sign of Taurus, which has to do with money. And so you might even find that you are looking at your finances this week and really getting an understanding of how you want to spend, where you want to go in the future, how you want to make money in the future. Do you want to go for a promotion? How can you get a promotion? These are all the things that you might even be thinking about when we talk about next week, or even conversations that might come up. So I just want you guys to know that. And as you're coming in, if you would like your questions answered, information can be found in the description bar below. Last thing we have is the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles, following this information, can go one of two ways, right? We have the Queen of Pentacles. She's a card about taking care of herself. She is, okay, I've had a nice, healthy meal, or at least a meal that made me feel satisfied, that can sustain me. Because the Pentacles connect to the Earth sign houses, similar to Taurus, similar to Virgo, similar to Capricorn. And these are the cards, the houses have to do with the material houses. They have to do with exercise, diet, work, finances. And so these areas are really being highlighted next week. And since it's right next to the Hierophant, that area of money, food, whatever you put in your body, face even, these are the things that we might be taking care of. So for example, I might see the Queen of Pentacles and the Hierophant to represent, you know what? I'm testing out a new skincare routine next week, and I really want to see what works for me. Or I'm thinking of, how can I invest my money? Or how can I invest myself towards my future? One thing I've seen about the Queen of Pentacles, like I said, it goes one of two ways. She might spend her time really focusing on work that's important for her. So she might have like a passion, right? Let's say your passion is painting. Next week, you might really focus on, okay, how can I scale this? How can I get my paints in shops? How can I get people to buy my painting? The other hand, like I said, with the Queen of Pentacles, it might be a week of, like I said, focusing on a health regimen, focusing on stability and growth. It's all about sustaining long, healthy growth for you when we talk about the Queen of Pentacles. So that is something that I want to say. Now, if you guys want your questions answered, if you're new here, feel free to read the description bar. Information can be found in the description bar on how to ask a question. You have to ask a question, $5 for yes or no, $10 for detailed answer. That is correct. That is 100% correct. But let me know what you guys say, or how you feel, or what you think is coming up for you next week, because those combination of cards are pretty positive. You know, I like that we have a stable week coming in. And as you are coming into the live, you know, speaking of coming in, hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm outside of my normal element today. I'm traveling. I'm in a different space. And it's actually really nice to get to see different places, get to know different people, and really focus on just a break from normality. That is what I want to say there. Hey, can you predict how my career will be? Please, it's my first time asking. If you would like me to predict how your career would be, information can be found in the description bar below when it comes to how things work. But let me know how you guys are doing. Let me know how things have been, how you are, where you are in the world, what time it is. Right now, I am in New Zealand, so it's pretty late or early, depending on your perspective on things. Obviously, I'm a little bit jet lagged. That's why I'm up so early or late. But normally, I'm on the East Coast Standard Time when it comes to things. But I'm loving the awkward, strange schedule. It's fun for me. It's good because it lets me know that I can talk to you guys at any time, any moment. I might start doing some weird East Coast 3 a.m. readings just because I love seeing you guys and all of the things that you have to ask. And I always learn so much from you guys. But tell me, like, if you guys are where you are in the world and what you like to do for your free time. I don't have the liberty or the freedom to do a poll question, which I normally love doing for the lives, because I get to hear your stories, your perspectives. So I guess I'll ask the question. I can't even put things in the chat. Like, that's the thing I don't like about the phone. It allows you to do so many different things, like put in stickers and stuff like that, or retouch or green screen, but I can't just like put a note in the chat and say, answer this question, because I definitely want to know where you are in the world and what you like to do for fun. Are you someone who is really into the gym? Do you like hiking? Are you an arts and craft person? Do you like hair? Do you like nails? Like, what it is that you love to do in the world? What's your hobby? What interests you? And all of that. As we're waiting for questions to come in. And as you guys know, if you want your question answered, information can be found in the description bar below with all the links towards any potential payments as well. So everything is set up clear and easy for everyone. Just want to make that clear. We just finished the weekly collective to get an understanding of what is going to be unfolding ahead for you guys. I love doing the weekly collectives because they give you deeper insights on what the cards are trying to say. I think maybe a week or two ago, we got the lovers. And the lovers came up, at least in my life, when it came to going on some short trips and having conversations with people who I have never got to experience with. Like number 7 scholar subscriber, 12 Nain, Katiani from India. I will marry my love with Ash in the future. If you like your question answered, information can be found in the description bar below. That goes to everyone. It's always important. And I think you're putting that too many times. So I'm going to have to pause you and put you in a little bit of a time out here, because that's a lot of posting that question. Now, if you want your question answered, information can be found in the description bar below. There are no free readings on this channel. If you would like to ask a free question, then you should become a member. Members get one free question per month. And the membership isn't expensive at all. Not only do they get one free question per month, at least for the time being, they also get access to the monthly readings, to special unique readings that I can't necessarily post on the main page for all the subscribers. And they also get the yearly and the seasonal readings to see what is going to happen ahead. Especially if you like the forecasts, if you like the predictions of what is going to be coming up for you next week, you'll definitely enjoy the monthly, yearly collectives. It's always a great way to learn tarot. This is why I call myself an everyday practical reader, because one of the best ways to learn tarot, to really get deeper insights into tarot, is to see what is going to be happening and unfolding for you on a daily basis. When we get that lover's card, it doesn't just mean, love and connection and belief systems and knowing who you are. It also has to do with the sign of Gemini, which has to do with learning new transit systems or reading books or gathering information, gathering insights. It's like an expansion of your mind. And you can see these things when you pull a card weekly, daily, monthly, yearly, seasonally. So that is why I would highly suggest to become a members. Do you ever do pick a cards live? I've watched some tarot readers who do pick a cards live, then re-upload later. I have never done pick a cards live. I think it might be a little bit difficult. I mean, I guess you could set it up where it's just like choose pile number 1, 2, and 3, and then you just go through all of them. But the way I do things, it doesn't really align with my channel right now, just because I have 5 pals. Most of my readings are 2 to 3 hours. And I don't know if you guys want to sit and do need to do every card for 2 to 3 hours for that. But I can guess I could do a short pick a card live. Sometimes in the weekly collective, I might ask you to choose 3 different cards. I didn't do it this week, where I might say pick 1, 2, or 3 and then go through them. So maybe I'll think of doing that. Maybe I'll do a quick pick a card and add that to the live. I'll try it next live. Well, I'll try it when I get back. So me, if you would like your question answered, information can be found in the description bar below. That's true. Why have you chosen to do 5 pals? Is it intuitive? I've chosen to do 5 pals because I like seeing more options. You know, for me, I felt 3 was too limiting, and 4, I just don't like how it looks aesthetically. Also, 5 is like the number of change and transformation. And I think part of tarot is that you create your own destiny. So I really like the number 5 because 5 is it's a card of more control, more so of I have more will. You know, I just noticed 5 energy is like that. That's kind of like how I see that. At least that's how I've seen 5 energy expressed in my life. Like I have more free will to do what I want. So I like the 5. I'll probably keep that. But if I'm in a hurry or if I have limited time, I'll probably pick 3. Because 3 is a good number too. Always good for creativity, self-expression, and I like 3 energy because it's fun. You know, you always see 3s to represent like I'm having a great time, I'm keeping things light, I'm keeping things friendly. And at the end of the day, tarot and astrology is supposed to be for fun, it's supposed to be for entertainment, it's supposed to also be partially for spiritual and emotional growth. And let me know if you have any questions. If you would like your questions answered, information can be found in the description bar below. If you want more information on how the live works, all you have to do is go to that description bar and it will explain things easy peasy for you. You ask a question, you send payment, and I will answer it. Also, if you just even want deeper information on the lives, I keep my lives up on my channel so you can go back and look through them to see if I am the reader for you, if I'm the style that you like, and you can get an idea of what exactly it is that I bring as a tarot reader. I'm very detail oriented, I'm very direct, and I'm also someone who is highly experienced. So if you like those 3 qualities, then I think you should definitely get a reading from me or ask me a question. So I just wanted to say that. But yes, you can go through PayPal, Cash App, or Super Chat, guys. And as you're coming in, don't forget to hit the like button. I really appreciate it. Sorry I'm not in my normal setup. I'm traveling right now, so we're just going to have to deal with this. This is really nice. Let me know how things are in the world for you guys. If there's anything that you're planning that you're excited about. Valentine's Day is coming up for a lot of people. So let me know, number one, if you have any questions on love, we can get into it. And then also let me know if you have a Valentine. You know, I love love, so I'm here to celebrate and uplift any love that is happening in your life. Sending well wishes and good vibes to all of you who are single, who are in relationships. If you're looking for love, if you found the love of your life, heck, even if you're going through a breakup, I'm sending love your way. You know, we all love love, and I think that's something that we should celebrate. I guess that's why we have Valentine's Day. But if you're one of those people where Valentine's Day makes you lonely or makes you sad, don't be sad. Go do something fun. There's so many things to do on Valentine's Day. I will say, though, it can be a little awkward if you're going out to eat on Valentine's Day. I've done that before. And people look at you like you're just sad and brokenhearted. And you're just like, I just want dinner. I just want dinner, guys. Like, I celebrate all the couples, but you know, sometimes Valentine's Day falls on a day where you just want to go out to eat. You want to be catered to. You want to go to a restaurant. You don't want to have to cook and eat at home, and you just want to enjoy your life. And it can be awkward if you're single on Valentine's Day and you're going out to eat. So I don't know if I would suggest that unless you have a lot of confidence and self-esteem, or maybe you're going to a place that's not as romantic. I tend to like nicer places if I'm going to go out to eat. If I'm eating at home, it doesn't matter, you know. I eat the same like 5 things. What do you guys like? What are you guys up to? What are you planning? Are you big into Valentine's Day? Are you going to be single this Valentine's Day? Do you have any plans? I don't have any plans. Um, Me personally, I think I'm going to be sleeping. I think I'm going to be resting. I'll be coming back, or I'll be close to coming back around then. And so I know I'll be tired from all my traveling adventure. It's really nice to see you all as well. Just remember, if you want to know how things work, information can be found in the description bar below. And if you didn't catch it at the beginning, right now I'm using my Rider-Waite Panorama Tarot deck. It gives a very expansive view of the cards. As you can see here, you see the Knight of Swords here. You can see the Wall. And I love it because it's almost like they feel caged, closed in. They can't see anything around them. And it also shows this feeling of dread and panic. I don't know, for some reason, the expansion of the darkness really does give a deeper feel to it. But then you can also see that they have this huge doorway or closet going on here. So they have a lot of space and positivity in their life, because most people don't have a massive door closet like this. So they have a lot of good things going in their life that they're ignoring because of their anxiety, their stress, their depression, or whatever, their negative thinking. So this is why I love the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. It gives such a beautiful view of everything. You can even see the decorativeness a lot more when it comes to their bed. So they're living in quite a nice space, but they're not acknowledging it because of their dark thoughts. So that is why I love the Panorama Tarot deck and all these different edits to the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. It's really nice. And let me know how you feel about Uranus going direct. I think last live I said Jupiter was going direct, but that's in March. I misspoke. Uranus is actually direct now. It has been retrograde for some time, and finally we are in a new stage when it comes to Uranus going direct. Now, whether you follow Vedic astrology or Western astrology, it really doesn't matter, because Uranus direct energy is about a new vibe coming in. I did a small little post, your astrology weather girl over here on my community tab if you want to check it out, just to give yourself a little blurb, but I'll talk about it here. When we have Uranus going direct, especially in the nakshatra of Kritika, it becomes about really severing ties from things that feel binding, that feel heavy, that feel as though you're like, I cannot deal with this energy. And you'll find yourself really making some decisions when it comes to where you want to go next in your life. Because this is now going direct, it's the decision-making point. So wherever Uranus is in your chart, you may feel like, all right, it's time for me to move forward in this area, or it's time for me to let go of this thing, or it's time for me to release this pattern in this area. Because at the end of the day, Uranus wants to break up patterns. It wants to get you out of your comfort zone. It wants you to take a risk. It wants you to take a chance. Uranus is connected to the Fool card in tarot. And the Fool card is all about new beginnings. And when we talk about Kritika, that nakshatra is about burning and purifying. So when we think about this from a modern real world perspective, I think I spoke about this briefly. Sometimes it's not that deep, and you might just have this transit going direct, and you're just like, I'm gonna cancel my Netflix subscription. I barely watch it. It's very expensive, and so I'm cutting that out of my life, right? So sometimes it's really simple like that. Other times it's like, I'm done working in this job. I'm done working in this industry. And I want to go on a new path. Now, remember, Critica is very independent. So, whatever job is going to give you more freedom, more independent, especially when we talk about Uranus there, it's like, get me out of here. So, you might even feel like that vibe is coming in for some of you. It depends. It's very different on where this is happening in your chart. Hi, Kusu. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well. And as you guys are coming in, feel free to read the description if you want to know how things work here. You can also refer to my past live videos. Right now, I'm just talking about Uranus going direct in Kritika. I do have a video out where I talk about Saturn and Uranus having this aspect for the first time in well over 1,000 years. And you might want to check out that video on my channel. Go to the live section, you'll see it there. That overlooked rare transit video where it talks about what could be going on for your chart. I may do a separate video on Uranus going direct, but essentially, it's everything I just said. Some new starts, cutting things out of your life, being at a decision point, like you have done the reflection, you've done the work, or you're about to wrap it up because it's direct now, and you're ready to move forward to the next stage in your life. And then sometimes it's not always you, right? Sometimes it's not always your story, depending on where this is happening in your chart. But definitely it's going to give this feeling of, all right, I'm ready for this next stage. I've seen people talk about how they are looking to pass different tests, get certifications, looking for different jobs, looking to move. These are the things that I've heard people talk about. Some people have been considering relocation. These are the things that they've been thinking about. And hi, Yalda, how are you? If you want to ask a question, information can be found in the description bar below. So I've just seen a lot of people talk about the different changes and transformations in their lives. I've even had some people where the changes and transformations weren't necessarily their choice, right? I've had some people who said, hey, their landlord said, you either pay this rent or you got to go. Or some people said, hey, you've been subletting this apartment, but I actually need it. So you've got to find your own place. And this is what I mean by, because it's happening in the sign of Critica, ultimately it's going to push you towards more independence. So these stories have to do with what can make me more independent. How can I rely on myself? How can I be self-reliant? So you might have these themes coming on in your life. And then for some people, because Critica can be a little bit of a lonely, etc., you might have a stronger desire towards love and want to make actions in that area. But yeah, guys, as you're coming in, information can be found in the description bar for how to get a reading. No readings are free on this channel. You can go ahead and check out my membership if you would like to ask a free question. Members get one free question per month. They also get access to the monthly readings as well as the seasonal and the yearly readings. And then they get special readings as well, along with special announcements and quizzes. I love being able to have a direct line of communication to my members. Members get a lot of perks and priorities here. So yeah, if you want to ask a free question, then become a member. But if not, information can be found on the description bar below when it comes to how the live works. It is very simple. All you have to do is send payment, ask a question, and I will get straight to it. I'm a practical everyday tarot reader, so I'm going to give you insights based on my 15 years of experience. I'm going to be very blunt, be very straightforward. If you need someone to have a more gentle delivery, I'm not that girl. I know my strengths, I know my weaknesses. I'm not a gentle delivery type of person. So just letting you guys know that. So I think it's going to be an interesting time now that we're moving forward with this energy. So I just wanted to do that little quick blurb on that. And then, like I said, maybe I'll do a video. There's a lot of transits going on in the sky. Soon in March, Jupiter is going to go direct as well. Then, before then, we're going to have Saturn enter, from a Western perspective, it's going to enter Aries, which you may want to look out for that as well. But it's going to conjunct Neptune on the 20th of this month, and that should be very interesting because it hasn't done this. Honestly, I couldn't find a point in human history where Neptune and Saturn have conjunct in Uttara Bhadrapada, and I went back thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So this actually might be the first in a lifetime that this is happening. So very interesting to see what the vibes are going to be for this. And so if you guys are coming in, information can be found in the description bar for how to get your question answered. And right now I'm traveling. I'm in a different vibe. I'm in a different place. It's very nice weather here. I don't want to go back to America. It's freezing there. It's so cold and miserable. I'm like, wow, I get to walk around in the sunlight. This is so nice. So that's something that I will be missing, but I'm going to live in the moment now and just enjoy life. And let me know if you have any questions when it comes to career, love, finances, family matters, all of that jazz. And we can get right to it. I'm just looking at the screen because the screen's kind of like giving me weather updates and for my hotel, and I'm trying to figure out what the weather and everything's going to be like for tomorrow. It's also, I'm in New Zealand, so it's also a national holiday tomorrow. I didn't know that when I booked the trip. So I came at a heck of a time. If you guys are travel guys and travel girls, what is your favorite place to go? Like where in the world do you feel like is, oh, this is expansive and this is wonderful and this is beautiful and I love being here? I'm very, very curious. So far, I'm loving the warm weather. I would like to go to Africa, but it's just that the infrastructure, I don't know, some, I'm gonna need maybe like a tour guide for different countries in Africa, because I know that it's not as well, depending on the country, the infrastructure may not be as strong. And I'm so American. I'm so spoiled. Like everything is like super convenient in America. Like you never realize how inconvenient everywhere else in the world is. And I can't say everywhere else. There's so many different places in the world are compared to America, but the other places in the world are like a lot nicer, um, might have better weather, might have better culture, or at least a nicer, kinder culture. So there's trade-offs, right? America's extremely convenient, but then everywhere else in the world, there's not as convenient, but there's also really good positive things about the places. Like here, I love it here because for me, as soon as I landed, I love an acai bowl or a smoothie bowl. There are so many smoothie bowl places. You know how hard it is to find a smoothie bowl place near me? Impossible. It's so hard. It's so hard. So I really like that. Very health conscious. I saw that about Singapore too. Singapore can be very health conscious as well. So I really like that. So America made me very convenient, but it's not as health conscious. But yes, guys, as you're coming in, if you would like a reading, information can be found in the description bar below. If not, I'll close out the live pretty soon. I just came on because I realized I had to do the weekly collective for you guys. And if you want information on the weekly collective, just go ahead and go to the front of this video. We pulled 3 cards. We pulled the Lovers, we pulled the Hierophant, and we pulled the Queen of Pentacles. So it'll be a pretty stable week. There may be some sort of unpredictable elements about it. I do love the Hierophant because it's this card that has to do with establishing yourself and creating more stability and growth. So if you're in a place in your life where you are maybe on a rocky place or you're transitioning from one stage to another, the Hierophant and the Queen of Pentacles next week shows you're making some real progress when it comes to stabilizing that. So that's just for someone. If you would like to ask a question, Manuel, information can be found in the description bar below. But so it's going to be a really nice week. I remember I pulled the Hierophant one time, and it represented a month. And that whole month, it was all about studying, learning, teaching others, expanding upon goals, and spending a lot of time not necessarily having fun, but more so building towards my future. So that is what I remember particularly. And I've obviously seen it for clients to represent financial management, like creating a good system for yourself. Some people struggle with budgets. And so I've seen it come up for clients for the Hierophant to represent that they finally find like a good balance, or a good way when it comes to investing, spending their money, um, saving their money, balancing things when it comes to that. Hierophant's very, very good for that. I've seen it represent financial growth. So that's essentially what I'm saying here, or even financial stabilization. Stabilization word? But yes, as you're coming in, don't forget to hit the like button. We're just chatting here. I'm probably going to close out in the next 5 minutes since there doesn't seem to be any questions. And if you would like your question asked, information can be found in the description bar below. I will be live again probably next week. For some reason in my mind, when I said last live, oh, I'm going to go live later in the week, I didn't realize that it would be Friday soon. So so hopefully next Friday I will be or next maybe not next Friday, next Wednesday, Thursday, whatever the case may be, I'll be live to do the weekly collective again. Hello, pretty. Thank you. Hi, duh. Hope for you are doing great. And thank you for the compliment. I really appreciate it. Cheers, claps, and compliments. I love it all. The 3 C's, you know. And I hope you guys are really doing great in the world. I got to figure out how to turn this TV thing off because it's really distracting me. And right now, just in case to do a recap, I'm using my Rider-Waite Panoramic Tarot deck. As you can see, it gives like a wider picture. You can see the hand coming down, holding the cloud, almost like a gift from some sort of higher power. I love this deck. It's travel size and it is expansive. So there's that to it. I'm using that deck today. Right now I'm traveling, so I'm not in my normal setup. And if you are new to the live and you want to know how things work, information can be found in the description bar for you. I make it very easy for you guys to ask a question, to get started. And I'm a practical everyday tarot reader. So I use my 15 years of experience when it comes to reading tarot cards and reading astrology, from clients, from friends, from family, from myself, like from everyone, you know, to get a deeper understanding of what is going to be unfolding in your life. Yeah, I'm so great. How are you? Also, I didn't compliment. I just said what I saw. You are pretty. Thank you so much. Thank you. But as I was saying, guys, and I'm glad you're doing well. I love to hear that you guys are doing well in the world. And if you're not in a place in your life where you're doing well, I hope that changes soon. As I was just rambling on about that Uranus going direct, it is a new energy coming in. So hopefully that switches up for you and it gives you a feeling of relief and freedom. So I really do see that for you guys. I'm just trying to grab these cards. These nails make it hard, guys. I got them done in Singapore, and I don't know why. I was feeling bold, and I was like, I'm gonna get me long nails. I'm gonna have these long claw-like nails, and they're hard to pick things up with. Hello. Hey, how are you guys? I think that's none. How are you? And God bless you too, duh. But as I was saying, don't forget to watch the latest reading. It should be up on my channel. I was traveling while it was premiering, so I haven't even gotten a chance to look at the comments or anything like that. So I just wanted to say thank you all for, liking the video, sharing it, commenting on it. I love hearing your insights, as well as if you would like a private reading from me, that will be back on the 16th. And you can go through the Etsy shop, you can go through the booking form. And right now I am planning something special when it comes to that. It says none done. You're in a hotel. Yes, I am in a hotel. I'm traveling right now, so I have to stay in a hotel. I know some people do Airbnb, but I can't do that. But yes, I'm doing great. So thank you for asking. I lost my train of thought. Right. Be sure to check out the latest video on my channel. As always, the new video will be up next week at noon on Thursday, Eastern Standard Time. Be on the lookout for next week's weekly collective. I'm going to figure out what day. I'll probably be popping up at some time. It depends. I don't know the New Zealand vibes. I might be really busy. So, but I'm definitely going to try to pop up next week. And also for you stargazers, if you are a member, that is what I call my members, my stargazers, the new reading will be out on Saturday. Now, I can't post a time because YouTube does not allow me to schedule times for membership videos. Not sure why, but so you're going to have to be on the lookout for that. I think you guys are really going to enjoy that video. It's very unique, it's very different, and it's actually an idea from one of you stargazers. Last thing when it comes to announcements, as I said, readings will be back, private readings will be back and available on the 16th. So if you want deeper insights, if you want to know what is going to be happening and unfolding in your life on a deeper level, because as I've been told, I'm very, very detailed, and you can ask those who've gotten readings with me that I'm pretty accurate, or I'm very accurate on how things are going to be unfolding for you. Then wait till the 16th to get a private reading and we can get into that. Other than that, I will see you guys next week. David, if you want to ask a question, information can be found in the description bar below. And I'm going to close out right at 50 minutes. I'm going to give it 3 more minutes and then I'm going to close out, guys. But it was nice chatting with you all. Thank you guys for stopping by and coming to the live. I really, really appreciate all of the highs, hellos, the conversation. And just remember, if you want to stay notified on when the next upcoming live is, because I'm traveling, hit that bell. In fact, hit that bell either way, because I do pop-ups all the time. And so if you really want that question and want things answered, and you're like, oh, I really want Brandi to answer that question, then all you have to do is hit the bell to stay notified, and you will catch me in the pop-up. You're so sweet, unsubscribing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks, you guys, for sending all the love. I don't really have anything announced or planned. I mean, I do have things planned, but I don't want to announce it right until I get back. Oh, thanks for subscribing. I really, really appreciate that. You guys are amazing for subscribing. I really hope you enjoy the content on my channel. And you have how many years of experience? With tarot, I have about 15, almost 16 come November. I've about 15 years of experience with tarot, and for astrology, 16, 17-ish, It's been a while. I have a lot of experience when it comes to reading cards and doing astrology. So if you want an experienced tarot reader, if you want someone who's highly knowledgeable when it comes to those specific mediums of tarot and astrology, then definitely I would suggest ask a question, get a private reading from me, either way. But if you're also in a place where you're just looking, because sometimes people go to tarot and astrology because they're looking for some sort of relief or validation. I don't think tarot and astrology is the best medium for that. You might want to get some friends to tell you everything is going to be okay. Because tarot and astrology can be very blunt, it can be very straightforward. The universe sometimes just says no, or it'll say, like, if that's not going to work out for you. I've seen it. The cards can be kind of rough. So, I would say if you're looking for some sort of validation or just a pick me up, then get friends. Don't get tarot, don't get astrology. It'll be brutal. But yeah, that is what I want to say here. I'm here to give you guys good messages. Oh, you know what? I want to pull a card for before I go. I'm going to pull a card, a collective card for how Uranus, yeah, you're right. The universe does not sugarcoat at all. It's harsh. I've been reading since 1994, tarot class since 1997. The universe may not let you see it, let you see it happens. Yeah. Sometimes the universe doesn't let you see. You're absolutely right about that. It will, like, you can ask a question a billion times and it'll just say, I'm not gonna give you a straightforward answer. Sometimes it's all about like how things play out. You're very experienced, man. No, you don't need anyone to read for you. You've got all the experience. It's tough. But I'm gonna pull a card for the not weekly collective, for the Uranus doing direct. God's hand is the hand that rules, 100%. New subscriber, thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy all the videos and the content that is coming on this channel. I'm always trying to learn and grow. I think I'm gonna do a video on the Saturn and Neptune conjunction. It's going to be interesting because, like I said, this is the first time in human history that this is happening in Uttara Bhadrapada, at least that I could find. And I went back thousands upon thousands of years. I really couldn't find one example. I've seen where it might have Neptune and Uttara Bhadrapada and Saturn Revati, or vice versa, or even both of them in Revati, but they've never both been in Uttara Bhadrapada. So talk about a vibe change. So we're pulling a card right now just to see what Uranus going direct in Kritika is going to look like for all of us, because it just occurred. So let's see if we can. All right. We have the High Priestess. We might be in touch with our intuitive side here. And if we're not in touch with our intuitive side, generally the High Priestess is just a card of self-reflection, thinking things through, self-awareness, studying, teaching, similar to the Hierophant in that regard. It also can represent feeling supported by certain people, certain groups of people. They said, hopefully it will life levels of a consciousness. We can be healthier now and how we treat one another. I hope so. I hope we can lift the levels of consciousness and be healthier. Maybe with that High Priestess energy is showing that people are rising in spiritual awareness, which I wouldn't expect from Uranus and Kritika. We have the Nine of Swords, and we're going to clarify that Nine of Swords. King of Swords. I know I said 10. King of Swords, Nine of Swords. Now that's interesting, because to me it feels like the collective vibe shows a lot of different concerns about the future, about how things are going to play out, about how our lives are going. So I guess that Uranus going into Kritika has us thinking about all of the different facets of our lives and what could possibly go wrong. If anything, that's good though, because when we get that King of Swords, it's showing that we're actually going to take action when it comes to mitigating some of those concerns, a little bit of risk management when it comes to our lives. Sort of like, you buy a car and you might worry you get into an accident. And in order to mitigate those worries, what do? You buy car insurance. You wear a seatbelt. You pay attention to the road, you know. So we might have a lot of worries and concerns that we're thinking about. How can we address this? What can we do in our life? All the love to you. Thank you. All the love back. And I'm going to pull one more card, then I'm closing out, guys. We have the Strength card. So obviously the card of endurance, making it through, a little bit of hustling here. The lawyer's having a meltdown. King of Swords slash Nine of Swords. A little bit of that too. You're not wrong. 100% of that is going on here. Strength card here definitely shows that I like this because when we see the Strength card, it's about not giving into those lower level impulses or doing our best not to self-sabotage. So, for example, let's say you're someone who is on a diet or something, and um, normally when you get an urge for something sweet, you go get some ice cream. With the Strength card, it's like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and eat an apple instead. So there's this feeling of restraint, restriction. I'm going to hold through. Yeah, this is the Panorama Tarot deck. It's an expansive version. So you can see the little lion cubs here, more mountains in the background. It's really nice. It's an expansive version of that. And I like that you pointed that out, because when we think about the Strength card, sometimes it can be more self-directed. But the reason that we are doing these things, making these sacrifices, pushing through, holding on, oftentimes we make sacrifices for other people, right? Whether we want to be an example for them, whether we want to take care of them, whether we want to bring more positivity into the world around us, right? Strength has a legacy. That's a great way to look at that. And it's true, right? When you see somebody move from a place of respect, someone who is self-regulated, when you see someone who has a lot of wisdom, who has a lot of courage, it can be inspiring for the next generation or even just the people you care about and love. So I really like the fact that we have on this card, the Strength card, legacy. It's a reminder that we don't live on this world alone, you know? There's a reason we do these things. It affects everyone around us. And so I think part of Uranus going into Critica, we start thinking about how our actions, behavior, choices affect those around us. And that could be part of the reason that we try to make better choices for ourselves. Even though we might have a lot of worries and stresses out there, we recognize that we are making sacrifices towards our future. And we just got to be courageous. We got to take a chance. And we got to do the hard things sometimes. So that's what's going to be happening here. And I think that's pretty much in alignment with what I see here with Uranus and Critica. But go ahead and check out my latest video where I talk about the sextile between Saturn in Uttara Bhadrapada and Uranus and Critica. Now we're going to have that aspect of Neptune, Saturn, and Uranus and Critica. It'll be a wide sextile by then, but it'll still be a sextile. And as I said, this will be the first time either in human history or in thousands and thousands and thousands of years that we have Saturn conjunct Neptune, along with Uranus sextiling them. And there's so much going on, so much happening in the world. And I'm very, very excited for it. So I'm going to close out and thank you all for stopping by, visiting the live, sharing your wisdom. Thank you, Nun. Thanks for those insights and pointing out the small cubs, the lion cubs there. That's why I bought the Panorama Tarot deck. It's an expansion of the story here. We can see more happening, even though the cards are very teeny, you know. There's more to be included. And go ahead and check out the latest lives if you want to familiarize yourself more with my style. Readings will be back on the 16th. Latest reading on my channel for everyone, for the astronauts, which is what I call my channel subscribers. You love the astronauts, will be up on the 13th, noon Eastern Standard Time. I've scheduled it for that. You guys don't have to worry. Even though I'm traveling, I got you on lock. I'll be popping up next week when it comes to doing a live. If you want to know how the lives work, all you have to do is visit all the different lives on my channel. Just click on my channel, go to live section. You'll see hundreds and hundreds of lives, and you can get a feel for how the lives work, my reading style, and to see if I'm the tarot reader for you. Saturn, the strict mother, Neptune, the husband. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's gonna be interesting. It's an interesting combination. And when I say it's happening, Uttar Bhadrapada, that's a Saturn ruled nakshatra. And it's its highest ruled point. So it's its strictest version. It's very controlled energy. I'll say that. When you have Uttar Bhadrapada placement, um, it's actually interesting because I've noticed a lot of Uttar Bhadrapada people get underestimated, but they're the kind of people who can go from being a waiter to being like a politician, like AOC. Um, so they get underestimated a lot, but it's a very calculated and controlled and disciplined placement. So to have Saturn in this placement where it's home, it loves it there, and then Neptune there that wants to expand and grow and do whatever it wants, is it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. I think that we're probably going to have to put more effort into making the things that we want come true. You also might see a lot of, like, how do I say this? More secrets come out for sure. Because remember, this is happening in the Vedic sign of Pisces, which is all about the hidden background world, all of that stuff. These sort of shadowy figures. Like, I think Jeffrey Epstein had Uttar Bhadrapada placements. So you get into this kind of shadowy figure, mysterious person. How did they get all this power? Why do they have so many connections? Like, who is this person? Why are their pockets so deep? Like, very secret energy. So we might find a lot of that is coming out as well. But, oh, and hey, Yirka, I'm closing out now. I said I was closing out before. I'm actually closing out. I'm just rambling. And thank you all for stopping by. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for all the love. I really, really appreciate everything. This was Tarot Readings Tay May. And if you want to know how things work, information can be found in the description bar below, but I am closing out right now. If you want even deeper insights of how things work, you can go back and check out all of my lives. They are up on my channel. Majority of them should be there. So you can see if I'm the tarot reader for you. Hit the bell to stay notified if you would like to get a question answered by me. And I will see you guys all next week. Remember, I'm traveling, so my schedule's a little, but I'll see you all, and I really appreciate the love, and bye.